track review.
Hello, my needle drops. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. So glad you could make it. I know you got a lot to do today. I've got a lot to do today. So, you know what, let's just try to get through this track review. First, a couple things that I want to mention. Number one, rest in peace, Ari Up, member of the seminal female post-punk band, The Slits, came out with one of my favorite LPs, Cut. This is the back of it. Just Google the front of it. You guys know I've advocated this album before. It's a fantastic LP. Please take some time. The Slits, Cut. Next item on the agenda, on another YouTube channel, I actually submitted a video, a super note, for this thing called the Super Note Contest that's going around YouTube right now, and there are a lot of big-time YouTube partners who have Super Note teams. Well, one of my needle drops saw the video and remixed it into a song, and it's just over a minute. Pretty freaking awesome. Link in the D-box. This is Track Reviews, where we talk about the latest in rock, pop, electronic, and experimental music of the independent persuasion, and I'm extremely excited to be able to talk about one of my favorite bands. A lot of people ask me, hey, what are your favorite albums of all time? What are your desert island albums? And, you know, if I had to make a list, this album would most definitely be on it. Wire's Pink Flag. Many of y'all know this album to be the only album that I've ever reviewed on this channel that straight up got a 10 out of 10. And it deserves it. Wire has announced a new LP for January 2011. The LP's title is Red Barked Tree. They have released one song from it thus far, and it's titled 2 Minutes. Man, I feel like I just watched the teaser trailer to a movie that my friends are probably going to drag me to, even though I think it's only just going to be okay. It got me excited at the start. It had a nice guitar drone going on, very ominous, sounded like something badass was coming down the pipe. But then this riff kicked in, and though it had me at the first few bars, it didn't take long for me to kind of realize that it just felt really flat. It felt as if the riff were just kind of being cut and looped and pasted as opposed to being performed, which, you know, kind of disappoints me. Makes it sound much more robotic, makes it sound a lot less alive. Another thing that I didn't really dig about this was Colin Newman's vocals. They were snide, they had a lot of swagger, he was putting his politics into the music, just like he usually does, all the things that I've come to expect from the guy, but for some reason his vocals were just buried in the mix behind all this distorted guitar and, you know, just like these light atmospheric drones kind of just very subtly placed into the mix. There was a lot of noise in this thing, intentional noise. With all the distortion, the weird vocal mix, the repetitive drums, it actually kind of reminded me of the new Fall record. And the track just kind of peters out the way that it came in. It just kind of, everything just fades down, and then the drone comes in, and then it just ends. Like I said at the beginning of this review, it feels like a teaser. It doesn't feel like an actual track to me. And I know Wire has written shorter songs, much shorter songs, that feel way more satisfying. Feel like I've actually gotten something out of them. This thing just kind of started, meandered, and then just fizzled. If it were any other band, I would say, yeah, it's just okay. But because it's Wire, it kind of makes it even more disappointing for me. I mean, I know their more recent releases haven't been as mind-blowing as their early stuff, but still, this is just leaving me empty. So really, I'm like a strong 3 on this track. I see no reason to revisit this thing unless I were listening to it in the context of the entire album, for sure. But let me know what you guys are thinking of 2 Minutes. Did you love it? Did you hate it? And why? And what do you think this new Wire LP is going to hold for us Wire fans? Oh, and thank you guys for suggesting this track in the comments of one of my past reviews. If you want to suggest an album or a track review in the future, just leave a comment on this video or my most recent video. The Needle Drop, Wire, 2 Minutes, forever.